Yeah, welcome guys to this, let me just, yes, perfect. Okay, welcome guys to this new stream here on my channel, which is, again, covering the Geostrategy game, which I'm working on at the moment. Yeah, let me just quickly, one last thing, we need to, look if the music isn't, too loud, which is probably, you could tell here, I guess. Okay, let's just rely on that soundbar because it doesn't look like it's so loud. Let's just okay. Yeah, nice. Okay, today if you read the title, we are doing camera movement, so that we can look up parts of our world map and stuff, and yeah, camera movement, basic camera movements. What we will do in the next part is I think the first gameplay things, and yeah, mainly we are doing zooming in on the map, which is taking a little bit of infrastructure with events and stuff. But for now, we will write a camera class and do basic input, keyboard, mouse. We are not doing mouse input. We could actually, what we could do is doing you can hold, let's say which is left mouse and control at the same time, and if you do that, it's zooming in, and left mouse and right mouse and control would be zooming out. That would be pretty cool, I guess. Pretty cool form of zooming, I would say. Yeah, let's actually do that. Okay, for now, I need to start up the other project. No, don't need that. Yeah, because a few things I did off stream, if I'm getting, I don't know, confused, I can look it up there. But I'm not thinking I will get, because it's not that hard of a problem. Yeah, okay, the first thing that we are going to do is doing a resize method, because we desperately need that, which is just resize callback. Oh! Wait. Why is it there? Oh, I think I didn't remove it, because I was working on the original and then made a copy and removed everything I worked on. Oh, that's nice. Okay. It's there. Okay, what we are just doing in the resize callback is taking in width and height and a window, which is the resize callback of OpenGL, which is the parameters we need. And then the window width is equal to width and window height is equal to height. And then we say the viewport should resize to the width and height that's given. Yeah. Okay, but now to actually implement it, we yeah, as you can see, I also have hidden the cursor, and swap interval to 1 just means that vsync is enabled, which is pretty nice. Okay, we do Gfw set, I guess, frame buffer size callback. The window is window stripe.gfw instance, and the callback is resize callback. Okay, let's test it. Now if we should resize, the whole viewport should resize with the window, I hope. No. I think hiding the cursor is not the best idea. Okay, nice. Yeah, for debugging, definitely it's not that great, so let's comment that then out. Because for gameplay, I think it might be good to, but yeah. Okay, let's work on input. Input, that's, oh, what's that? Lag. Big lag. Oh. That's not good. Oh. Why? Okay. I don't know what that was. Let's comment out. Oh. Yeah, that's right. Okay, let's go to source, new folder. Oh, I did a new folder, but it just kind of crashed. Let's call it input. And in that folder, firstly we need a keyword class, which is handling all of our keyboard related things. Okay, just make a class called class keyboard, and we need to include core/int defines, because like that's our main include, which we have included everywhere. Public private. What we need is a static bool as buttons as active buttons, which is an array of bools, and a static bool as changed buttons. Yeah. Okay, for public, we need a Gfw callback. So Gfw Key Callback, let's call it that because it's a key callback for Gfw. And for that we need to include Gfw because, yeah, we need the Gfw window for the parameter. So let's do that. Window and the parameter list, we could look that up because like I always forget. It's Gfw set key callback. Let's go there. Gfw key window key scan code action mods. Window key scan code action mods. Window key scan code action mods. Scan code action mods. And that's a void function. Now static void key pressed. We need a key to specify, which is an integer. And then obviously it's a bool because it should return something. And then key released, which returns if that key was released. And static bool key changed, to check if the key like changed in the last frame, like if its state changed. And then static bool key went down. So that's just checking if the key went down, like the not if it's pressed, like if it's hold, if it's hold. But went down is just if it like the moment it went down. So that's nice for like clicking space one time and it counts one time, and if we hold it, it doesn't count it anymore, and that's pretty nice. So for that we need int key 2, and then just implement those methods like that. Key pressed, key released, key changed, and finally key went down. Nice. Okay, Gfw key callback. For that, like it's pretty easy, but first let's do keyboard as active buttons, which we're going to initialize with Gfw key last. Key last is like all of like the number of all of the keys, like there's 349, because like we want to check it for every key if it's active, and obviously it changed too. Okay, and then we check in that method if the action is not equal to Gfw release, so if it's pressed or held, we check if at active buttons at the button that we specified, or at the key. I'm dumb. That should be active keys. Active keys. Changed keys. Yeah. Active keys. Changed keys. Keys. Okay, if active keys at the key, if it's not already like if it's not already true, then we make it true, because like there's no point in making it true if it's already true. So make it true. If because obviously if it's not released, it's either held down or pressed. And else we do as active key at keys is equal to false, because like it's released or it's not down. And then we do as key changed at the key is equal to the action not being Gfw repeat, because if it's not repeated, like if it's in the if it's not the same in the next frame, then it's obviously changed, because it's changed from the last frame. Like it's not being repeated for more than one frame, which means it changed. Okay, key pressed just returns as active keys at key, like returning false or true, because like we yeah, we just yeah, we like that's the array, like the list of keys which are done or not done, and just we index this at the given key to look up its value. Makes sense. Okay, return key changed. If the key is changed, this key and active keys is not like active. Like if the key is not active and it changed the last frame, then obviously it was released, and then we get like this is what we get, like how we check if the key was released. For key changed, obviously we could just return as key changed at key. If we don't do that, what we do is doing a return value, which we are going to return as key changed at key, return red, and like that's a copy of as key changed, and as key changed, like the real as keys changed at key, we do that to false after we check it. Yeah, and key went down is like the same thing as this, just without the exclamation mark, because we check if the key is changed from the last frame, and we check if it changed to true, so if it's now being held down. Let me just see. Okay, nice, like the music is not too loud. Yeah, okay. Nice, that's it for the keyboard class. Now we need the mouse class, which is a bit bigger. Yeah. Mouse. Okay, for that we need to include Gfw, because of Gfw window we do class mouse, public and private, easy static void Gfw button callback. We need a button callback, which is like the also a callback for Gfw window, the int for the button, int action, and I guess int scan code. Let me look that up. I think it is set mouse button callback. Oh, it's mods. Okay, glad I looked that up. Nice. Where is, like, obviously it wouldn't make a difference for the naming, because like the naming doesn't matter as long as like the variables are all the same in the function definition. So mods static void Gfw scroll callback, scroll callback for like mouse scrolling to get that window, and then we get a double, which is the x offset of the mouse wheel, because like a few mouse wheels also like are possible to move them on the x-axis, which is a bit weird, but obviously Gfw needs support for that. And the important thing is the y-axis, because like obviously most of the mouse wheels only move up and down. Yeah. Okay. Now static void Gfw cursor position callback, which is like one of the most important things, I would say, getting the cursor position. That takes in a Gfw window and an X position and a Y position, which it spits out. And now for the getter methods to check the mouse, which is firstly button pressed, checking if a given button is pressed, int button, and now button released, obviously, int button. Button changed, checking if the button changed this frame from the last frame, button changed, int button as well, and let's do it like this, and then a static bool button went down, checking if the button went down this frame, int button. Yeah, now what we need is a lot of private variables which are storing like the state of the mouse. Firstly, we need a static bool of active buttons, like all buttons that are being pressed right now on the mouse, and a static bool of changed buttons, the buttons that changed their state from last frame to this frame. We need to store them as well. And then obviously one of the important things is a Y position, storing the cursor Y position and an X position. Let's do it like this, as Y pos. Definitely need that, and then a static double for scroll offset, which is also pretty important. Just storing the offset from the scroll wheel as scroll offset and as Y scroll offset. Y obviously most important. And then a static double. What do we want to store? We definitely want to store data X position, for the mouse. Okay, cursor pos. Let's say that data Y cursor pos. This is also pretty important because we can with that we can say and define how much the mouse moved between the last two frames, which is pretty cool. Okay, for the last thing, I guess, yeah. No, we need one last thing, which is the last X cursor position, from the last frame, which is also pretty important. Okay, now one last thing is bool as first mouse, because we need to check if the mouse is pressed the first time for a tiny thing. Yeah, which we are doing right now. No, before that we need a few getters for the variables that we just made. Inline static double get X cursor position, which just returns as X position. I'm a beginner. I have made a calculator project, but the executable Java file doesn't open. Can you tell me what's the reason? First, glad to see you in the stream. What's up? And doesn't open. I don't know. In what IDE are you working? Are you working in Eclipse, or tell me the editor in which you're working? I think then I can help, because it's in say what the error message that pops up VS Code, and how do you compile your code to an executable file? How do you do it with what Java compiler? It's also pretty important. Okay, so X scroll offset and X scroll offset. Which returns as X offset. And maybe say also say what like maybe send me the code on Discord. I can give you my Discord in the chat if you want. Like maybe it's a error in your code. Obviously that could be the case too. Yeah, and that's why. Yeah, okay. No, an inline static double gets x data cursor position, and for that like its double red is equal to s data x cursor pos and return red, and s data x cursor pos needs to be like resetted, obviously, because like it's a delta. You want to reset that, and that's y, and that's y too. Yeah, okay, nice. Now let's implement those methods which are not implemented. Should do that definitely. Okay, let me. Nice, okay. Like that. Yeah, and like if you're in the stream, I'm not like an expert with Java because like I'm mainly working in C++ and didn't compile Java code in VS Code like any time. I did not do that. But yeah, no error in the code. I run easily, but when I make an X2Jar file, it doesn't opening. Like, is it just you click it, you double click it, and nothing happens, like nothing, or do you get like okay, I'm giving you my Discord. Send me like a video of what happens or something. I can give it in chat. What? No, sorry. Hashtag is let me just see. Hashtag 300. Yes. Okay. Like send me a video or something, or like deeper like explanation of it. Then maybe I can find the error. It's like also a very common thing is that you have your like antivirus software or just Windows Defender turned on, and it doesn't like jar files, so it doesn't let you open it. Like that's the most common error with jar files. You can just do Windows Defender and just turn everything off. Oh, I think I turned. Oh no, I didn't. Like turn like the firewall off. That's like the most common problem with jar files. But if you did that, then like send me a video of it. That would be cool. Okay, s equal to true, like the basic things, and else it's equal to false, like actually the same thing that we did with the keyword. Yeah, then as changed buttons, add the given button is equal to like if the action is not equal to repeat, if it's changed in this frame from the last frame. So if it's not equal to repeat, it changed. So we are assigning this to change buttons at the given button. Scroll callback is just x scroll offset is equal to x offset, just assigning those variables, and the same with y. Very easy. Now for the cursor position callback, we just assign those as x pose is equal to no, it's other way around. As y pose is equal to y pose. Why? Ah, I hate it. I hope I didn't use that a lot. Pose like this. Oh, not that many times, but here. Okay, nice. Now we check if first mouse. Oh, we need to do this, which is like setting all of them because they're static. Okay, active buttons is just Gfw mouse button last. Is the number, like the size of the array, and they're all equal to 0 at the beginning, so that they are also all not set. We can do that here too. 0 equal to 0. Wait, why isn't it making that? I hate it. Okay, in mouse. We have that. Now we need a double mouse. X position is equal to 0. Y position is also equal to 0. Then as X scroll offset, as Y scroll offset, as delta X cursor pause, delta Y cursor pause. Then we have last cursor pause, last Y cursor pause, and finally first mouse, which is at bool. Last Y, isn't not. Oh, dumb. First mouse is equal to true at the beginning, obviously, because we are touching the mouse the first time if we like begin our program. Makes sense. Okay, now we check if the first mouse is true. Then we do last X cursor position is equal to S X pos, and last Y cursor position is equal to this, because like there was no last thing, because like we touched it the first time and like there's no last cursor position. Makes sense. And as first mouse is equal to false. Done. Okay. S delta X cursor position is equal to S X position. Let me open Discord, maybe I have a friend request. No. Yeah, okay. S last X cursor position. And that's for Y. Y. That's Y cursor position, nice. And S last cursor position, S last X is equal to S this, and this is equal to that. For the data thing, we definitely need the last cursor position, like it's the same for data, time, like the same procedure. Okay, as active buttons at the button, returning that, and here we return changed, button changed. If the button changed and it changed to false, which means it was released. Button changed is just bool. Or is it a bool? Is it a bool or is it no? It makes no sense. A bool is equal to as changed buttons at button. And then just for resetting that, we do as changed buttons at button as equal to false, and return red. For button went down, it's the same thing as here, just without the exclamation mark. Okay, that's kind of it for input. We need 2 more files, which I'm going to steal, because they are very boring, which is mouse codes and key codes. I did them like 2 hours ago, because I did all of the code that we are doing now 2 hours ago. Yeah. Okay, mouse codes and key codes, because like what is it writing here from Gfw? Oh, we don't need that, obviously. And key codes is with blind, yeah, but because blind was like an engine I made, I used that for that as well. Yeah, these are just key codes, so that we are not relying on the Gfw key codes, which is pretty nice. Yes, okay. Now the last thing that we need is a camera class, which is wrapping all the things together that we just made. So camera.h for like the file name. We need to include GLM because like it's a lot of math with the camera. What we are doing is a class camera, and before that we need a camera data struct, and it's a GLM mat for like all of the data which a camera needs. That's like the way I can explain it the best. Projection view, like the matrices, and then just projection view matrix, projection view. Or let's call it view projection. But like in OpenJS sense, it would make sense to call it projection view. But view projection sounds better, I guess. Okay, public, private. Public, we definitely want the camera data to be public because like it needs to be accessed a lot by outside classes. Yeah. Okay, now for the constructor we just need an aspect ratio for the camera because it's going to be an orthographic camera because we are doing a 2D game, so makes sense. The aspect ratio, and yeah, then let's do a few private things, which is the speed of the camera, like the move speed, and then the zoom level on which like how the camera is zoomed in, and aspect ratio, and a GLM vec4 for the bounds, because like every orthographic camera has bounds. Like here, the right bound, the top bound, the right, like a left, right, bottom, and top. Those are the bounds that every camera obviously has. Yeah. Do we need something else? Yes, we need calculate view, and publicly we need update input. Update input, and we need a few like utility methods which are set position, which just takes in a position set. Data dot position is equal to the position that we got, and then we want to calculate the view after we're setting that, and then inline const GLM at for get view projection, just returning the view projection matrix because it's like very like universal, so that we don't need to do that all the time. Like camera.data.view projection, we can just do camera.getView projection, which is like a benefit. And then we do inline const GLM vec4 get bounds because like they are private. So we don't. We definitely need that. Get bounds, and inline void set speed for just changing the speed of the camera. Float speed. Speed is equal to speed. One of the last things is getting the zoom level. Get zoom const return and zoom, and then I think the zoom and speed and aspect ratio, we can make those. I think it makes sense to have them here because like they're, yeah, it definitely makes sense because we definitely want to set them and get them because like the zoom is like a thing that's not like set. Speed also, and aspect ratio, yeah, we could change that if we, for example, resize the screen. Okay, so let's have it like that. Yes, okay. Implement those methods. Update input. Calculate view. Nice. Okay. We need a few includes. Like we need. Okay, let's do a one more thing for the input class, which is just a wrapper around all of the input related stuff, including keyboard, including mouse, including key codes and mouse codes, like that. Input/input. We definitely need that. Then we need the engine for data time. Oh, I think we don't even have data time, so let's do that. That's pretty easy. We just have a static double m data time is equal to 0 and static double. Oh, I can't do that because it's static. M last frame time. And then we just have a getter for the data time because we definitely want to get that. A double gets data time, which returns the data time. But now in the engine, let's firstly do that. Double m data time and last frame time is equal to 0. And 0. And where is it's here? We do double this frame time is equal to Gfw get time, which just gets the like nanoseconds of time that are like it's just a timer. For like a timer that like 0.001, 0.002, and like it counts the milliseconds. Yes, okay, and then we do m data time is equal to this frame time minus m last frame time, and then we do m last frame time is equal to this frame time. Yeah. Okay. Nice. This definitely should work, I guess. Okay. Now for the where we were here. Camera. We need to include GTC matrix transform because we need a method from that. A few methods. And logging. We don't need logging really, so yeah. Okay. We do data.aspect ratio. Oh, no. Don't need the m because they're already public. Data.aspect ratio is equal to the aspect ratio that we've given. Data.projection is equal to GLM ortho. The negative aspect ratio for left times the zoom level, so data.zoom, and the positive aspect ratio times the zoom because we want to data.zoom because we want to count the zoom 2, because if we did not, like it would be very unnecessary. Then data.zoom negative and positive data.zoom for up and down. And for near and far plane, it's -1 and 1 because it's orthographic, so we don't need more. Data.view, like the view matrix, is just a identity matrix for now because we are calculating that with calculate view method. Data.view projection is obviously just data.projection times data.view, and that's in this order, projection times view, because it's row major, I guess, in OpenGL. So yeah, We could call that projection view, but I don't like the sound of that word, so I didn't call it like that. Yeah. Okay. And bounce is just that, because we want to store the bounce for several reasons. Yeah. For the calculate view method, it's pretty easy. We need to calculate like the transform of the camera. Transform is equal to like translating it around the position of it. For that, that we have like a correct position matrix, and then the view matrix is just the inverse of the transform, because the view matrix is just how the camera looks on it, and if the transform of the object is going to the right on the camera, it's going to the left, because like from the view point of the object, right is the swapped with the viewpoint of the camera, because like they are looking in the different directions, the camera and the object. Yeah, so that makes sense, just inversing the transform for the view matrix, inverse transform. And view projection is just equal to data.projection times data times data.view. And a language, like the programming language that I'm using is C++, and I have like a rendering API with that I'm rendering it, which is OpenGL, but C++ for the language, yes. Like, because I mean it's probably the best idea to use C++ for like a high performance application, so yeah, did that choice. Yeah, see it as you will, because like I can understand that you, yeah. Okay, how old are you? I'm 14, so yes. Okay. Keyboard key pressed, like if the A key is pressed, for which we made like the enum, so that we don't need like GFW macros. Like if the A key is pressed, we do data.position.x, like we want the translation in the x direction to decrease with data.speed times engine get data time, because like we want to multiply it with the data time to get smooth moving and also not frame related moving. Yeah. Aren't you using any game engine? No, I'm not using game engine, because of like the main reason is that I want to challenge myself in writing like my own game engine, kind of, and like it's a pretty small project, so like it's not small but medium sized, and for that it's not like a huge it's not very complicated to build an engine around like this kind of game. So yeah, I'm not using any engine like Unity or something. Yes. Okay, if the key pressed A, we do like the I worked at Ubisoft for a year. Oh, that's very cool. Yeah, that's I guess a big dream of mine, like working at a game engine studio or game studio, I guess. Yeah, well, did you work at like an engine, or did you work at what did you work, like at design or engine stuff or gameplay stuff? Yeah. Now that's for like the x direction moving, and now for the y direction moving. If the key is pressed, key W, which is like front. A programmer, gameplay programmer to be specific. Ah, nice. Okay, that's cool. Like, did you work on any like specific game, like at one game, or did you work at like a lot of games? So, you know, like, yeah. Okay, like the Y position should, I think, increase yeah, because we're moving up with W times plus equal speed times engine get data time. Do that. And in which programming language did you work? Like in C# or just a part of Assassin's Creed Valhalla? Wow, that's very cool. Yeah, I played that game. So I played your work, I guess, like a bit, kind of. That's very cool. Yeah, did you work in C#? C++? Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that they're using C++ for like gameplay stuff. Yeah, but kind of makes sense to use that. But I like expected they use C# for some reason. But nice, C++. Yeah, sounds like very, very cool. That's actually like a dream come true, I would say. Okay, after like we did all of the movement, we do the speed is equal to the zoom plus 1, because that's like because if the zoom increases and the speed stays the same, it's going to be weird, because the speed will be very, very slow if we have zoomed in a lot, and for that we do that, which is C++ and C# are similar. Yeah, I wouldn't say that, because like C++ is a lot more like, I would say, yeah, it's a different feeling to code in C++ than it is in C#, because yeah, C# has a lot of high level things, and it's also more object oriented than C++. If you master C++, then it's a piece of cake to learn C#. Yeah, that's definitely true. I worked in C++ like for 2 years, and then I tried C#, which was like the best experience I ever had, because like so many things are so clean and so nice and very cool instead of C++. Yeah, like, very much like it's one of my favorite programming languages, C#, but because like working in it is like a charm, I guess. Yeah. Okay, calculate view. After like recalculate view, I should say, probably. But yeah, we calculated again after we did that, because if we did not do that in the shader, nothing would change, which is bad. Okay, now we want to work on the zooming, and I think we do that like I said earlier with the mouse, which is just if mouse button pressed. Oh, how did I call it? Oh, that's not good. That's not good. Two namespaces are conflicting, and that's also not good. I call it input, which is bad. Input and input. I don't like that. In mouse there's like this, and in mouse codes, like, okay, that's good mouse code. Yeah. Nice. Okay, where is this? It's here. Oh, is it? Yeah. Okay, if mouse button pressed, if mouse code button left, if the left mouse button is pressed, and key keyboard key pressed, key I think left control would be cool. Okay, if both of them are pressed, we do M zoom. If, like, let's say if, we can do that with max. So data.zoom plus equals, let's say 0.25 times engine get data time. And we do std data.zoom to std max data.zoom and 0.25. That doesn't make any sense because like that's a 5. And then we do as if this shit here, button right. Nice, like that. And then we just do the same thing, but with minus. Okay, nice. Now for the shader, we need one thing, which is a uniform map for view projection. And view projection, we multiply that with that. And then for the engine, we need to include rendering / camera. And then we need, where's, okay, that's not for testing, so let's keep that up here. Static camera, camera. And we do camera, engine, camera is equal to camera with an aspect ratio of, let's start with this. Yeah, like that, and we do, let's say it after here, camera dot update input, we need to update that, and then yeah, we need to upload view projection uniform. So shader dot set uniform map for view projection, we need that, to camera dot get view projection. Nice. And then one last thing that I want to do is if the viewport resizes, we also want to resize the aspect ratio of the camera, which is just camera dot data dot aspect ratio is equal to width divided by height. Okay, now let's run it. Now the whole debugging thing of the stream starts, I guess. As active buttons. Oh, that's dumb. As change buttons. Let's see. And then it's SY scroll offset. Whereas, yeah, SY scroll offset. Like that. Okay, we can't move. Okay, that worked, but the moving is like not working as it should. If keyboard key pressed A, let's see if it's even working. Like it's maybe it is, or let's see. Maybe it's because of the data time. Maybe I messed that up, but I don't think so actually. So let's log the data time. Where is it? Log info data time. Let's see. Okay, seems correct. Nice. So probably the error is because of the keyboard stuff. So let's test that. Where's camera? It's here. Okay, if that is pressed, let's comment that out and let's say log info. For that we need to include logging, which probably should be in a quick on that header, but I don't care. Log info, hello. Just for testing. Oh, perfect. Doesn't do anything. Ah, I know why. I'm not a great programmer. Because we didn't even set the callbacks to OpenGL. That's not good. Where's it's here, engine. Let me quickly open up the stream because I'm lost. Okay. Let's do it up here. Here. Okay, we have all the callbacks already there, but we need Gfw set key callback. Keyboard. Oh, for that we need to include keyboard. All of this stupid stuff. Include core/keyboard. No, it's input/keyboard. Input/keyboard. How can I be so dumb? Input/mouse. Okay. No, we don't need that. It's keyboard. Key pressed. No, it's a Gfw callback, is it? It is. Gfw set mouse button callback. Set mouse button callback to Gfw mouse. Yeah. Mouse Gfw button callback, and then it's Gfw set scroll callback to Gfw scroll callback, and the last thing Gfw set cursor pause callback to Gfw cursor pause callback. Let's test. Okay. Nice. Like it works, but yeah, it's D. Okay. Nice. Okay, the zooming, does it work? I don't really know. Does it? Let's see if it even triggers. Login for E. And E is always a great idea. It triggers. Then let's test. We don't need that, maybe. Ah, obviously I'm dumb. And that's SCD min. Okay, but let's ignore that for a moment. We need to do this thing. Recalculate the projection. Data.aspect ratio. That's data.aspect ratio. Data.aspect ratio. Data.aspect ratio. And now there's, yeah, that's it. Beat it up. Oh god, my microphone. I hate it. Okay, let's test. What the fuck? Okay, let's say sm log info data.zoom. Let's see if what that spits out. Okay, that makes sense. That should work. Why doesn't it? And what if we just do that? Even that is weird. But why? Huh. Okay, firstly, data.zoom. What even? It's not even specified, is it? It is. data.zoom is 1. And data.aspect ratio, that is actually specified. So why shouldn't that work? It should work, definitely. Why shouldn't it not work? Log info, which is data.zoom and data.aspect ratio. Let's test. What the fuck? What the fuck? WTF? Why the frick? Huh. Why is coding so weird? Can it just work? And why the hell should that make this kind of weird errors? Data.aspect ratio. Data.aspect ratio. Did it work? Like, at least it didn't make weird things happen. But I think it was because of that. If we do that, I think we'd what? I'm loving it. I'm actually loving it. Okay, I think we don't need that, I think. Okay, that's actually nice. We don't need it. But now let's do like this and let's do plus equals. And I think data.zoom is equal to std max of data.zoom and 0.25, so that we can't like do that thing that I just did, which is weird. Yeah, okay, let's do 0.025. Or let's do 0.05. Okay, then let's say this. And data.zoom is greater than 0.055. Nice. Okay, let's remove, like for the moment, let's remove this because that's very annoying. And nothing. just like this. Ah, that's nice. Oh. Nice. Okay, I think we reached our goal for today. That's very cool. Ah, and the resizing works too, which is also very cool. Oh, does it work? Kind of not. Whatever. Okay, my phone's ringing. Yeah, well, we like achieved all that we wanted to achieve in this episode, which is pretty nice. So yeah, I'm thinking we'll see us in the next stream.